This is something I've been doing since I was a kid on Long Island, and it's so much fun, and it's actually a little bit addictive. At first, it's very frustrating when you're digging, you don't find any. When you find your first clam, then you're set out to find more, and it's a real blast. We're here on the coast of North Carolina, some beautiful fresh clams, and I'll show you what we do with them in a no-recipe lifestyle. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. All right, back in my home kitchen, and my favorite thing to do with fresh clams is baked clams. This is a thing that goes back to my childhood. I just love stuffed baked clams. But another reason for this is we got 157 clams, and that's a lot of clams. They'll go bad pretty quickly. I need to find a preparation that will allow them to last, that I can enjoy them for an extended period of time. So stuffed baked clams is what we're gonna do today. We start with the onerous task of opening 157 clams. And for that, we need our clam knife. Our clam knife is a lot different than our oyster knife. Oyster knife used for prying things. Clam knife used for penetrating that shell and scraping around the abductor muscle to open it up. I'll show you how we do it. These quahog clams from the east coast of the US have two different sides of the clam. One, the lips of the clam, or where the shell comes together, is just a little bit wider than the other. And that's usually at this point here with this little heart shape occurs, and you can see that the lips are a little wider apart. That's the point at which I try and set my knife and push it to cut that first muscle. With a glove to protect my hand, I'm going to put the clam in the heel of my palm with this heart-shaped area facing up, because again, that's the widest part where the lips come together. Placing my knife precisely between the two shells and squeezing with my fingers, the knife enters the clam, as you can see, and the object is to cut that first muscle. The clam has a muscle here, and the clam has a muscle here. Cut the first muscle, withdraw the knife a little bit, I ride up inside the top of the shell, and then cut the other muscle. And then when I open the clam, I have the entire body of the clam rather than cutting right through it. Scraping one side of the clam down, scraping the other side, and there's my first clam. Having left 24 clams at the beach with my mom, that's 133 clams that I cleaned in 24 minutes. I have yet to meet someone as fast as I am, but of course, I'm a professional. Please try this at home. So now that we've got all the clams cleaned, one of the great pieces of ingredient that's in there is the clam broth. Natural, salty, fresh ocean clam broth. Let's strain these clams, run the clam broth through some cheesecloth and get the shells and the sediment out there. We'll save that for preparation later and to add a little flavor to our baked clams. And then I can go ahead and portion this into Ziploc bags to use whenever I make a seafood sauce or a velouté for fish, something along those lines. Take the plastic bag out of the holder here. And there's a portion of clam broth that can go, right into the freezer. And then what I'm left with is baggies of broth baggies if you will, that I can use at a later time and today, and about 3.5 pounds of fresh shucked clams, some of which I'm going to set aside because tomorrow we're going to do my Long Island clam chowder. We're going to separate out the toughest, the biggest clams. The most tender ones will go into these baked stuffed clams, and it's an easy procedure that has no recipe because sometimes I make it with garlic, sometimes I make it with onions, sometimes I put Parmesan cheese in. You know, it really doesn't matter. It's like making a stuffing for a turkey or anything else. These are baked stuffed clams, and it's very easy to do.